Welcome to the DarkDox Digest with your host, Christian Coffins.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.
So I have an intro here, and is it playing it? It's hard to tell. I'm not sure. So we're trying out this new StreamYard setup, but if you're tuned in, thank you. Please share the links down below. We're simulcasting this on Facebook, on X, /DarkDoxMe, and Sacred Owls on YouTube, youtube.com/Sacred Owls. So please take the time to share all of those as well. I'm not sure if it played the intro, so I'm going to go ahead and play it now. Still playing with this thing.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Christian Coffins.
DarkDox Digest.
You violated the law by even considering it. It's against the law. It's against the law. Well, you just even considered. I'm glad that you guys didn't violate the law. I'll leave on my report. There you go.
DarkDox
read the court order.
DarkDox Digest.
Welcome to the DarkDox Digest with your host, Christian Coffins.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.
So that explains it. I had my earpiece in, but I was connected to my phone. So that should be working now. Anyways, thanks for bearing with me. Jacob Engels is going to be tuning in about 10 minutes. He's on with the Daily Beast right now. So I wanted to go ahead and take this moment to talk about a couple of things. Let me go ahead and make myself small here, and we're going to remove this, and we're going to add this to the stage. So today, as I mentioned, Jacob Engels is going to be discussing his Bovino 2028 campaign for Greg Bovino for President of the United States. You can check out more information at darkdox.me or Bovino2028.com. We also are now at x.com/DarkDoxMe. Sacred Owls Unite has been kicked for one reason or another. So definitely check us out over there. Jacob Engels at X. He's going to be on, like I said, in 10 minutes. Bovino for President. Here's Jacob's page. Bovino for President. For some reason, the images aren't loading, so we got to maybe make those a bit smaller. And Jacob posted, holy shit, Susie Wiles and James Blair might want to get their houses in order instead of tarnishing Commando Bovino. Whistleblowers come forward with troubling allegations against Susie Wiles and James Blair. Posted today, June 2nd, 2026. Thanks to all of my donors and subscribers for supporting independent journalism, research, and allowing me to create free educational content to make contribution. Vimo Miranda Cazus. Nice little plug there. You're welcome. Also, I'd like to get Jacob's perspective. This whole justice for Henry Nowak situation is just so disturbing. If you're not familiar, that's because the mainstream media is trying to bury it. But in the UK, a young man was stabbed to death, stabbed in the lungs multiple times by a Muslim immigrant. And that is a picture of his dead body, his lifeless white hand with all the blood drained out of it, being handcuffed while he's dead for a hate crime he never committed. Please look into this case. Henry Nowak. Right now, the UK is pretty much on fire. If you go to alexjoneslive.com, the War Room did a really great job. And just in case you guys aren't aware, or you're like, oh, InfoWars is gone, Infowars.com is now alexjoneslive.com. All the content that you would see at Infowars.com is at alexjoneslive.com now. So definitely check them out as well. Because of the hostile takeover of Infowars by the Sandy Hook legal team, the Onion still hasn't gotten it. There still is no legal precedent for that. But the state receiver was able to close down Infowars.com, ban.video, and Infowars Store. So now the alexjoneslive.com website on the Alex Jones Network is being funded by the alexjonesstore.com/DarkDox. If you want to let them know who sent you, and we get 10%, greatly appreciate it. But if you go to WARSTORE.INFO, I went ahead and purchased that domain. That then takes you to thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox. Right now, they have a pretty crazy giveaway. They've given away about 14 or so of these different vehicles. Right now, you could win a Hummer and a 26 Scat Pack plus $20,000 in cash. So like they're doing two different giveaways right now. With every dollar you spent is 100 times entries into both of these sweepstakes, plus $20,000 in cash for anything that you buy at thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox or WARSTORE.info. I am currently on the methylene blue. Is my tongue blue? This stuff's fantastic. It gives you great energy, focus, and clarity with no letdown. You cannot take it if you're on SSRIs. Contact your physician. But it helps broken mitochondria. It skips the oxygenation process. That's a hard word. Oxygenation process. The oxygen in your cell, it removes that process. So, your mitochondria doesn't decay as fast, and that gives you great energy. They also have it in methylene blue gummies, blueberry flavor, and methylene red is a proprietary formula that works well with the methylene blue. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really vouch for it. If you are going to buy anything from WARSTORE.info or thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox, I highly suggest you do the VIP program. It's $30 a month, cancel anytime, and every month you get $40 in store credit that you can use for whatever you like. It rolls over, so if you want to build up credits, that's $80 in 2 months for $60. So they're just pretty much giving you $10 to spend in the store for your commitment of $30. They will give you $40. Does that make sense? I know it's a little confusing. I didn't quite understand it at first either, but it's fantastic. I pay $30, I get $40 in credit, and I'm going to buy this stuff anyway. They got great subscription programs and deals for all this stuff. I just recently picked up the Zeolite Detox and Defense. It's Has a nice flavor to it. I'm also on the T3 iodine. This is the new version of X2. Also, I've been taking recently the bovine colostrum cellular recovery and defense matrix. Fuel your cells, feed your guts. Colostrum, look it up. It's amazing for all kinds of things. Ultimate Life Force, I haven't tried that yet, but I've heard great things. They got t-shirts. They got amazing stuff here. Of course, no more InfoWars stuff. So if you have that, I'd hold on to it because it's going to be worth something. But we plan on making WARSTORE.INFO shirts that have the spinning InfoWars logo. Gates of Hell Parasite. I like that. But definitely check out WARSTORE.INFO or thealexjonestore.com. About 10 more minutes, Jacob Engels says. So he's making me really stretch this out here, but that's all right. I want to talk a little bit more about, can we, let's see, bam, and we are going to present a screen share of, which one is it? This one? This one? This one? No, it's this one. Yeah, no. It's this one. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm still kind of learning this stuff. Thank you for your patience. But yeah, so what is this White Lives Matter movement about? Let's dig into the comments. Let's say that's the best way to do it. We have all seen Henry's hand, but millions who are not on X will never see it unless we make them see it. Here we have in loving memory of Henry Nowak. Thoughts, though his journey was cut short, may Henry's soul find eternal refuge, a beacon of light in our hearts forevermore. I don't think you have, mate. That's what the police said when, in his last dying gasp, Henry said, "I can't breathe," because he had been stabbed in the lung with a ceremonial Muslim sword. Yeah. So there's literally riots in the street of the UK right now. I'll pull up some clips. I just wanted to go through this first. They turned them into demon hands. Yeah. Henry's life matters. White lives matter. I think it's time we can say white lives matter. Yes, all lives matter, and yes, black lives matter, but seriously, they look like claws. Justice for Henry Nowak. And if you simply just go to, let's search here, Henry Nowak. Let's see what's going on. Here's the video.
My dad's holding it now.
Oh.
Right. He keeps dropping side to side, so I'm just trying to keep him set up.
All right.
He's got a mouthful of blood. I don't want him.
He was on the bin on the other side of this gate.
He's jumped over these fences and stuff like that. And
Right.
he's up
Move
here.
away, mate.
He's obviously fallen
Right.
from there and he slipped from there.
There's other shooters left over there, mate.
What's your name, mate? Huh? Has anyone been hurt other than him?
Yeah, me.
He's grabbed my brother. He's took my turban off. Started grabbing my head.
Are you
like that.
injured?
Yeah, I've got swollen eye, little bruise.
All right, just step back a little bit for me. Someone flag these down.
Got this stud.
Right, let's get you out of there, shall we? Oh.
I was in bed asleep. Whenever just find me up there, look, someone's attacked me.
I can't breathe.
Grab his other arm.
Help. So I've just come running through and he looked
Swab
on
blood.
Kenny's road.
Right.
Come running around the corner.
What's happened to you, all right?
This stud.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? Don't think you have, mate.
That's what, and then I'm like, you've got nothing. Look, I want to keep you up.
Hand?
But what you done, you touched on it, bro.
Oh, I can't breathe.
Put the hand in the cuff, mate.
Yeah. This is the.
That's Henry
Oh,
in
brave.
July saying I can't breathe.
You've been walking, you parked, literally.
Can we get around?
90 foot.
Nothing happened.
He's saying he's been stabbed, so
Where
let's
is it
just
you
check
think you've
him.
been stabbed?
He hasn't been.
In the face? Oh no, but we have to check, don't we?
No.
In the face?
Just get these back off, get their details on that, and I'll keep hold of him.
Should
No,
we
keep you on your side, mate.
So notice that you hear people in the background saying he hasn't been stabbed, and then the female police officer says we have to look into it anyway. I think we should look into it anyway, right? So clearly they're already covering. That's obstruction of justice. These are additional charges.
You better retrieve then.
So yeah.
Saying to him, keeping him on his side. We were set up when we had him here, but he didn't like it. What's your name, mate? At the moment, you are under arrest. That's for assault, so you do not have to say anything. May harm in defence if you do not mention main questions. So to which you later line of court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. All right? It's gonna be sick, I think.
No. What's his name?
So I just want you to call it.
Yeah, we've got this male. He's
Just-
been beat up. Are we able to get an ambulance, please?
His pupils aren't even reacting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simply disgraceful. I'm gonna go ahead and share this. I want you to go to my X and retweet this. Everyone needs to see this before they scrub it, frankly. See what the comments have to say. I'm going to continue scrolling through. So Benny Johnson also shared it. Here is some of the skirmishes that are happening because of the stabbing. Breaking full-scale riots have erupted in Southampton, United Kingdom, as hundreds of protesters clash with riot police throwing glass bottles, bricks, and wheelie bins at officers as tensions continue to escalate throughout the area. Demonstrators are demanding justice for Henry Nowak, while chants of "I can't breathe" ring out across the crowd, pushing the police back. Let's watch.
Come on! Fucking heaven! Who's that guy in the suit? Fucking separate no. He's come back 100 years ago, geezer! Fucking hell! Yeah. He's come to show you how it's done! Fucking like him! God, geezer! Mr. Mustache, man. Yes! Yes! I love that. All right then. Yeah! How that you punch? How does that feel? How does that feel, you wanker? Betray! Betray! You fucking bitches! How does that feel, you punch? You fucking punch. How does that feel?
As you can see, clearly, they're a serious force to be reckoned with, and those police are definitely using excessive force, poking them with those shields. This is just disgraceful. It's because of the police this young man is dead. I mean, of course, it's because of the murders. Look at this. See that? Yeah. I mean, all you need to do is put this man's name in X and what radicalized you. Yep. Prima nocta whenever the new migrants touche, burn it. All right. Well, how are the turntables? Yep, there you go. White with pallor is now uber supremacy. You better hope you never get sick, people, and don't ever order a white Powerade or you might be arrested. Stay safe, my peeps. Huh. Seems like something's lost in translation there. You Brits speak funny. I've been hit by a bin. I don't think you have, mate. That's going to be the, I don't think you have, mate. I mean, oof. Famous last words. It's just amazing how, for George Floyd, someone who died of a fentanyl overdose, saying that he couldn't breathe before the cops even did anything to him. When he was in the back of a cop car, they put him down on the ground because he was saying that he couldn't breathe. And then he started resisting, and the rest is history. He died of an overdose. And he was a drug addict, and he was a criminal. This young man had no criminal record, and he was falsely accused of something he did, a race crime, when he actually was the victim of a fatal stabbing. So it's just simply disgusting. If you are new to this show, definitely check out DarkDox.com. We have all kinds of cool stuff that we're working on. Last night we had the fantastic Emmy Lee for 2 hours and Jacob Engels. It was a great conversation. She is a survivor of satanic ritual abuse. We actually interviewed her for the first time 7 years ago under the Eternal Affairs Media platform, and we've been talking ever since. She's good people, and she's going to start working with us a bit more often. Also, we are affiliated with Expose the Grove at exposethegrove.com, as well as The Government Wants You Dead, thegovernmentwantsyoudead.com. At Expose the Grove, they have an amazing archive of videos, audio files, PDF documents, and more pertaining to the Bohemian Grove, from their annals to their photos, the sounds of Bohemia, and much more. Definitely check out exposethegrove.com. Thegovernmentwantsyoudead.com, curated by Noah Westwin, is a fantastic website where he's really, he got a Substack, and he's focusing on the global elites, government corruption worldwide. Volume 26, issue 152, millionaire Dem donor Stephen Glubeck is arrested in LA. The West Hollywood deputies arrested Glubeck after he turned himself in following a warrant issued for his arrest. That was 20 days ago. Ooh, I like that. They're currently working on a new merchandise platform. And we're going to be working with them on that. So expect new DarkDox merchandise shortly. I'm working on all kinds of stuff. That's why I'm so tired, frankly. But yeah, let's see what else we got here. Let's present share screen, DarkDox, share. All right, is this still on? Cool. All right, guys. Very shortly, Jacob Engels is going to be joining us. If you like what we do over here at DarkDox, you can support me, like I mentioned, by going to WARSTORE.info and buying something from thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox. You can also just simply throw me some Cash App money. I'm at cash.app/DarkDox. Anything would be greatly appreciated. Honestly, if you want to send me $1, I'll be like, whoa, someone I'd never heard of sent me $1, and that's fantastic. If you want us to grow this and grow our studios, I'm actually going to be working on a home studio. Well, I already am. I've got my desk set up and everything. Internet's going to be set up next week. There's been a lot of internet outages today. That's why I'm kind of at a remote location right now. But I digress. We're going to have a lot of really cool stuff coming this way very shortly. Let's go ahead and tune over to alexjoneslive.com to read some of the headlines from today. Let's share on this tab. All right. Let's do the top 4. What do you say? I think that'll buy us enough time until Jacob comes on. Putin sets a green light, total war with Ukraine. Did that work? No. Okay, so that's really annoying. Share screen. Putin share. Okay, good. Putin set to green light, total war with Ukraine, NATO if major peace deal is not reached soon. Warns top Russian military insider Victor Bout in full must-watch interview with Alex Jones. Yeah, this was a good one.
So the idea was, first of all, they sabotage the talks, which is definitely will not possible if the Ukrainian regime, coming to terrorist acts as the main source of the war, because nothing else they can do, because then the Russia will be pushed to the line where now there is a lot of the, public pressure for our government, especially many people addressing to the presidency, addressing to the parliament members, asking, hey, why we not hitting them hard and finish this? Why we need to still to take care about this if they are terrorists? We need to destroy them. And that's why warning was issued that the diplomats went out of the Kiev, because definitely tactics would be changed, and definitely we cannot just, keep doing the same stuff and expecting that these people will come for negotiation table. They don't understand that Russia really trying and being very, very selective in which means and how they've been staging this operation. Now they want the full-blown war. Well, for us, it's very easy. We can flatten the Kharkiv, we can flatten the Sumy, we can flatten all the bridges, we can flatten everything else. But this was extreme measure and very long time. Idea was, okay, sooner or later, West will realize this is a way to nowhere and better them to come to negotiation table. But instead of at least send someone and start negotiating, they told to these puppet regimes in the Baltic states, okay, maybe you start talking about attacking Russian enclave of Kaliningrad, so that we can, destroy and flatten their air bases, on which Putin says anybody try to do that, we flatten them. We have enough means for that. Think of this. Why on earth these people, it's like written, scenario, how you're going to provoke Russia, what you're going to do, and they just keeping doing it. So, okay, look, you're reaching a limit where then the Russia will say, okay, guys, since you don't want negotiations, we understand you want all-out war. Well, why we need to wait for the, for you to attack us? We're going to attack you first. And this is the reason when you come to the gang and they try to hit you, well, only way you have out is to start hitting them first. That's it.
This is an emergency transmission from FEMA regions.
All right. So in another news, Xavier was murdered by the woke mind virus. Musk agrees. Transitioned Sun Pride lingerie photo shoot part of humiliation ritual. Yikes. Vivian Wilson, Elon Musk's trans daughter, is the face of Rihanna's new lingerie Savage X Fenty campaign. Wow. It's rough.
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This was before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. You know, I was told, oh, Xavier might commit suicide if he.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil, and I agree with you that people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
That's
so I was
connection.
tricked into doing this, it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs. Anyway, and so I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and there's lots of people in that situation now.
Right.
It's not pretty, and lots of demolished kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that, and we're making some progress.
Join the club.
Yeah.
My mic is muted. Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. Is there a way that I can see myself on full screen here, or no?
Yeah. I got all sorts of buttons now that I'm on a laptop.
All right, let me move me a little closer there. So, all right, Christian. Well, what would we like to talk about today?
Well, so far I've been covering this whole shenanigans going on in the UK. They're rioting. It's wild. Totally justified. And then some. I mean, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. This poor young boy being stabbed to death, and then the insult to injury of having the cops handcuff his dead body so you could have that cold white hand. That is now the icon of the new I Can't Breathe and White Lives Matter movement that is not racist, but simply white people just trying to survive and not be stabbed to death and have police arrest their dead body.
You don't want to be stabbed to death? I mean, I think this leads right into why I created Bovino2028.com, an effort to draft Gregory Bovino, the commander, for president of the United States, to run for president in 2028. Look, you watched the remigration discussions at ReSum 26 in Porto, Portugal over the weekend. A great event put on by Mr. Sellner, who organized something just absolutely amazing. And I think that it's something young Americans, young conservatives need in this world and in this dark, dark time. And Commander Bovino proved when he was the man in charge, when he was the commander at large, he put foot to ass and he got shit done. Men fight back, Christian. And it's about protecting our women. It's about protecting our families, our communities. So that's really the motivation. And you'll see an article tomorrow in the Daily Beast. Let's hope it's nice about the Bovino2028.com effort. But I've had a chance to have some interactions with the commander, and he is just overwhelmed by the support he's seeing across the world. And quite frankly, we've received thousands of submissions on the website in a matter of 48 hours, not even, of people who want to volunteer and help this just and righteous cause. And if do we have the opportunity now? Are you able to pull up the video full screen that I shot a couple of days ago to announce the effort?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Is it pinned? I'm gonna grab this tab over here, and here we go.
I don't know. Yeah, let's start that bad boy over. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Engels, and today we are announcing the formation of Bovino2028.com to help encourage the commander, Gregory K. Bovino, to run for president of the United States. When President Trump called him into Minneapolis and across the country to quell the violent, illegal aliens that have ravaged our community, raped our women, he was a man of action, a man of courage. He stepped up, he fought back. He acted with courage, he acted with strength, because men fight back. And what he did in those short few months that he had was nothing short of remarkable. Now we see what's going on in Paris. We see what's going on in New Jersey, in Newark. We see how the current administration of Mark Wayne Mullen has failed us. And that's all a symptom and direct result of White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. She's a corrupticon, she's a charlatan. She's the one who got Commander Bovino 86th. And I'm not going to stand for it, because he showed more courage in those moments than anybody ever has in securing this nation and restoring American sovereignty. This movement is a volunteer movement. This movement is a movement of the people. I've spoken to tens of thousands of people across this country over the past few months, and I've spoken to hundreds of activists and operatives on the ground who want a true America restored, our sovereignty gained once again, and to have a country that our families can be proud to grow up in, can be proud to call home. And that cannot be done without a hard-charging, bold, brash, and brave individual like the commander. I want you to go to Bovino2028.com. Join the fight. Help the commander fight for our sovereignty. We're going to be announcing t-shirts, hats, and everything, and I'm going to do that at cost for you. If you'd like to help Commander Bovino come back to the Twin Cities for a hero's welcome, you can check the Cash App link. It's Cash Bovino Grassroots. Cash Bovino Grassroots. And you can help us fund a hero's welcome, something he justly and rightfully deserves for his righteous and just actions in defending the homeland. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, there you go, man. That's fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
So what exactly?
Is it okay? Sorry, it's just easier for me full screen if that's possible.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I want to make sure I'm paying attention to you. I'm a visual person.
Gotcha.
And
so
you got a good
what
beard.
exactly about Greg Bovino inspired you to, back him like this? I mean, this is really tremendous.
Yeah, well, look, it's really wasn't me in terms of personal inspiration that I just one day thought, oh, Bovino's going to be president. It was learning in news reports and reading how Susie Wiles and James Blair pushed him out based on phony polls from Fabrizio and Associates, polls from CNN, polls that told the president that the commander was going to cost him the midterms. No. What is going to cost Republicans the midterms are corrupt people like Susie Wiles and James Blair. In fact, they're so corrupt that they pushed out the bravest, boldest individual to ever try and restore American sovereignty in this nation. And George Riley, former executive director of the Republican Party of Florida, a real heavy hitter, worked on campaigns longer than I have, and I've known him for quite some time. He's joined me in this effort. And earlier today, if we could go ahead and pull up the website and show people, we've added another member. It's bovino2028.com. If you pull it up, I can just go ahead and walk through kind of what this means and what the motivations were. And it's all based on what the commander has said publicly, has said in news reports. And there we go. We have it right there. So Bovino for president. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Maybe we're not loaded yet. Maybe try and refresh. Okay, there we go. And scroll all the way down, 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 down. Maybe try and refresh there. I don't know why images are not showing. Huh. Well, are you on desktop, mobile? See, this is fun to learn in real time, folks. What happens sometimes with technology. Yeah, I try and refresh the page there. All right. It's not certainly how it's showing up on my end. We'll just go ahead and let people look at that themselves. Maybe better to go to my Substack, jacobengels.substack.com, and it goes through the issues that are discussed on there. And we've added a new team member, Giovanna Lopez of Chicago, a real brave woman. She's known as the Bovino Queen on social media. And she has been at it longer than I've been at it. And she is a real profile on courage. She's added as the third founding member of Bovino 2028. So if we go ahead and look at my Substack there. Oh, maybe
Yeah,
people don't want us to see it.
I'm clicking the X here or the no thanks, and
Maybe just make it full screen. I mean, I don't.
yeah. Yeah, for
Are
some
we
reason,
having technical difficulties? Maybe refresh
you
the
know,
page.
yeah, now it can't be reached. You know, so
It's well,
it's funny.
Substack is it should be reached. Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's the internet connection. You know, honestly, throughout all of Central Florida, I'm hearing a lot of people having problems today.
Really? Okay.
And yeah, I saw a report this morning that like they arrested some people like in Miami. My internet was down at work today. I think we're dealing with like some terrorist stuff, honestly.
No, it
I
could
mean,
be, could be. You know, it's a good point, Christian. It's often a first go at it. They attack, you know, the power goes out or they mess with the internet. And this is
yeah.
something they do. It's stress test that other nations who are thinking about invading or engaging in warfare or even informational digital warfare like we're seeing right
I mean,
now.
that's why, you know, InfoWars is the name. I mean, that's exactly what we're dealing with here. This is an information war, and we're trying to give people information. And it feels like everywhere we turn, you know, we're getting some sort of roadblock. I was trying to upload yesterday's episode to Rumble and BitChute, and the internet was down. So I had to do it from my 5G on my phone, and that was throttled. So yeah, I mean, I've just been like dealing with the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone. Fortunately, it's the end of the month, so I have a little bit of data to play with. But yeah,
that's well, you know, that stuff happens. That stuff happens sometimes. And do you ever realize that when you pay for a certain service and you don't get what you're paying for, there's always some excuse from the internet provider. Well, you know, it's going through these apartments and these apartments are sick, or this home is pulling too much and you got to get on this node or this network, or it sounds like maybe I pay for the internet when it's working. How about that?
right.
What about what about the fact that something very interesting happened today? I did send you, or are you able to pull up maybe via your text or other mechanism the message that Scott Pressler posted about the actions that happened against him? It's
I
really,
wasn't sure if you wanted me if that was like.
Yeah.
I guess it's not private. He posted it. So yeah, let me go ahead and download this and send it to.
Well, it's really interesting, Scott. You said, oh, it's a year of elevation. It's a year of more like transformation, Mr. Pressler. We'll get to that after we read the message.
Yes, let me download this fella.
And if you put it up full screen, I should be able to read it if everyone would like to be
Yes.
regaled
Yes.
with my Scott Pressler voice.
And I saw you posted, where is this thing? Doing that, you got this. I see
It's kind of fun.
you sent Fuentes Bottom Boy, DJ.
Oh, yes. I mean,
you want to get to that later?
we can get to that later. I mean, it is Pride Month. I thought it was my duty to adequately honor another member of the gay community, Nick Fuentes. But we can get to that later. It's rather foul. I think it should be read at the end of the program. Why don't you, Christian? I've done Scott's voice. Oh no, I can read that now. Okay. For the last 2 years, an individual within the movement has made it their mission to destroy me. After their attempt failed, this person has been reaching out to people to have them speak out against me. Fortunately, several of the people the individual reached out to privately told me this was happening. Ooh, he's a gumshoe detective. The person even tried to plant false, defamatory, and egregiously damaging stories with a felonious arrestee who, we'll say, has problems of their own, his own. Well, that's right. Scott is the their, they, them. I'm his because I'm actually a man and I didn't go to Dr. Weenie Chop. Yes, I know what happened to the confidant that turned against you. Ain't wrong, Scott. I didn't turn against Brandon. I gave Brandon the due credit he deserved for standing up to your psychotic, grifting ass. No, I'm not going to call you out or name names. Well, I'm calling myself out. It's me, Scott. It's me, and it's Brandon Straka, you bitch. Now, this has been a transformative year of elevation, growth, and development. Those are interesting words to use, Scott. Transformative. Would it be because Brandon Straka has been justifiably telling people he saw you taking transitional medication? There's been some scarring on your chin. Everyone has seen your sickly appearance. You're not eating well. These are all symptoms of somebody who's undergone a gender transformation surgery. Wow, that's just terrifying to even think about. My mom said that the truth always comes out. Well, something's coming out, Scott, and I think it's you as a woman. It may not be tomorrow, in a week, or even a year from now. Is that the timeline? Tomorrow you might blossom into a beautiful butterfly girl? Or is it next week or a year from now? The truth always comes out. That, yes, sirree, indeed, Bob, it will come out. And Scott, as you have nicknamed yourself the Persistence, that is a nickname that I think I'm going to steal now. I'm the Persistence. Brendan Straka is the Persistence. And we are forming the resistance to your disgusting, depraved con on the MAGA movement. Period, full stop, point blank. It's over, Scott. And the fact that you put this tweet up, you know what you've done? You've made a critical mistake in politics. And it's the mistake of don't let your enemies see you sweat. Well, Scott, it's not just me. It's not just Brandon. Brandon who deserves credit. Brandon who deserves the honor. Brandon who deserves the crown of ending your corruption. But it's thousands in the movement, Scott. And Lara Trump has even been ferreting out information to Brandon Straka. She's sick of your expenses on the all Black American Express card. She's sick of paying for your dalliances. She's sick of the raucous sexual events. She is sick of funding your transformation and your trans drugs and your transing of yourself. It's sad to say, Christian, but it just had to be said.
Yeah, I mean, this has been your beat for quite a minute, and it seems that it's definitely taken a toll on him. But hey, we prayed for him, and we hope he can.
We do, and I laugh because it's a laughter of frustration for somebody I once knew as a man who's now blossomed into a beautiful woman. And it seems the time is nigh, and it's almost complete, the transformation. Something happens, Christian, when people go down to Mar-a-Lago. They call it Mar-a-Lago face. They say that it changes people, and certainly in the facial category. And somebody could take that in multiple ways. I think there are multiple different types of facials going on at Mar-a-Lago. But Mr. Pressler looks like Lauren Boebert. And then Laura Loomer, love her to death, but what is going on with her face? And then the deadness in their eyes. And you said you felt an energy when you were there after the raid.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's for sure. It's a gross place, and a lot of weird, gross things have probably happened time and time again there to make the corridors of that place tainted, and I can definitely feel it.
Is it a corridor to Morador? Sorry, I had to make the joke. You left it open.
But I did notice something on that Stu Peters interview that you had, where you were talking about Ben noticing something on that Laura Loomer, whereas before when I asked you about it, you were saying that you were fairly confident of the latter.
Well, I mean, after further investigation and speaking with several other individuals, again, we laugh about this stuff because what is there left to do? It's disgusting. I don't want to vomit on your show. And it's a nervous laugh. It's like somebody laughing when somebody's making a really abhorrent joke. But what was described to me was a noxious smell, something that incapacitated my former videographer to the point of passing out. And when he came to, it was described as a dangling participle. It was described as, in my estimation, could have either been an inflamed grape clitoris size, or it could have been the result of a transitional surgery where it's kind of like that sock puppet micro penis thing that they have to pump up. They give you a nut sack and you pump it up and it gets bigger. I mean, it's foul and it's disgusting. But the foul smell actually is rooted in science. When they build a pole from the hole, they need extra tissue, obviously. And the science and the technology is not there yet to where it can be, as Tim Dillon described, a perfect member, a member that something could be done with. But where do they
Yeah, I've
get?
seen him take it from the arm.
Oh, no. See, the smell is rooted in the fact that oftentimes they take it from the lining of your rectum. And that is what is used to build a phallus. I'm sorry. It's so fantastical and it's so silly to even talk about. But no, that's true. That's documented.
It's
which is
shocking
why-
how it's even legal. I mean, frankly, you can get
Yeah.
malpractice for all kinds of very minute things, but you can do such a Frankensteinian kind
Yes.
of
Well, and
procedure.
I've never seen, nor do I venture or care to go on the internet to see what a manufactured phallus looks like, but um, there were some discussions during the Lorena Bobbitt documentary about her and John Wayne Bobbitt about when she did the snip on him and they reattached it. He actually starred in a pornographer, or a pornographer contacted him and he started an adult film
Yeah.
called Frankenweenie. And it was just like you said, a Franken thing down there. So I'd imagine it's probably similar to that, but I'm not joking. That's at least what I've heard in some online discussions and from Tim Dillon about, they're pumping and then they pump and but it's all a very, it's just gross. I don't want to talk about genitals anymore.
Yeah,
And
and I mean,
I
I've actually dove deep in it because I was like, they don't do that. So I was like, I had to watch all the surgery videos because I'm DarkDox. Like I got to know it. I saw the Hunter Biden laptop. I saw the frazzle drip. It's gross.
Oof.
It's bad.
It's
awful. But that's the thing. It's like I can't say it exists unless I've seen it. I'm not trying to see it. I'm not trying to look at it. I don't get my jollies from it. It's quite
No.
disturbing, But so you got to bear witness.
I think Christian deserves a medal, and anybody else who has seen that to document that it's true and it's happening. I mean, he's seen it, so we don't have to see it.
And I warn you, it takes a toll on you. Like I'm detached. Like I definitely have, you know, I'm a loving, caring person, you know, in relationships and things like that. But I have a part of myself that you do go through compartmentalization, and you do become detached to the point where you can see things that are horrific in person. I've seen awful things in person, people being stabbed, mutilations, and all kinds of things, smelled the blood, you know, and it doesn't do anything to me anymore. You know, I mean, you can kind of relate if you're in like the medical field and things like that. You just get to the certain point where you can stitch yourself up, which is a superpower, you know. But I do warn people, like when you get too deep into this stuff, like you have to have the mental acuity in order to be able to tolerate this. In fact, Harrison Smith, host of the War Room at alexjoneslive.com now, he made a good point that, like, if you're low testosterone, you cannot even handle this kind of information. You will immediately shun it and go into groupthink, whatever, you know, and it makes perfect sense. The NPCs, they're just all low testosterone. They don't fight or think for themselves. They don't think critically in that way that someone with high testosterone is like, nah, that's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. Here, let me go do the research and figure it out. You know, it's like,
well,
that's
Christian,
a high testosterone thing. It's chemistry.
You make a good point. It was Elijah Schaefer who, on his podcast, it was a couple of days ago, he talked about this very thing. He talked, I guess he was a researcher of some sort in his academic or professional career prior to being a reporter. And he talked about having to be present during some of these transient surgeries or the animal testing. And he said it was just like, you know, obviously he got through it. I think it's taken a toll on him, though, in a lot of ways. And he said it just, it's soul-sucking. It's soul-snatching. And to think that that kind of stuff is being done to children. And, you know, final comment, and then we'll move on to another article. We'll see if the interwebs are blessing us with their strength and power. But why don't we do something fun? Why don't we go ahead and play that Fuentes video? And viewer beware, it's just lyrics. I did write the lyrics, but those lyrics are written from witness testimony from people around Nick, even some of his top groypers who have become disillusioned with the way he's behaving, his effeminate appearance, the constant, what am I getting? What am I getting? So let's make that full screen and go ahead and play it.
All right.
Doing his bomb, boy. What is bomb, boy? Tell me to straight up like a deep loose. Sex time. Nick Funes receives large black members in his Chicago basement from Tyrone on the regular. While real men just trying to be out in America, staying white and regular. Funes is a Mexican Jew, a gaping fuck stick, craving that big black dick. It makes America first sick, but Nick think he's slick, calling women pricks. Wally Jackson sticks to the latest elongated black dick, invading him and making him sick. Funes bomb, boy. Tearing his straight up like a deep loose. Sex time. He swallows the BBC while laughing at real men trying to stay out the DNC for speaking up for the America First Nation we want and need to see. We see you, Nick. Pop off those dicks. You already sick with the virus, but you still gotta try us. What is my boy? What is my boy? Tyrone is treat him like a deep loose. Sex time. He thinks he's the America First. Go wild, wild, swallowing BBCs down his vacuous throat. Cat boy, Kami said he pulled the hammy, trying to give Nick the ass, the throat, twink, slam it, yeah! What is my boy? Tyrone is treat him like a deep loose. Sex time. He's no leader, he's
He's a basement bitch and cock smoke, who strokes his ego every day so he can get paid and get laid by the brothers from the 773. He ain't got no love for you and me. A queer with so much fear of having to go outside and risk his hide. He can't keep his hands off the L brothers from the south side. Put his bottom boy. Put his bottom boy. Tyrone treat him like a deep loose. Sex time. Word to your mother, if you ain't this, you a straight punk who let so many unks give you that funk. Get your meds, bro, America. First they playing no more Captain Save a Hope with your bitch ass, you punk punk. Treat him like a deep loose. Sex time. Send his body, boy. Tyrone treat him like a deep loose. Sex time.
Well, see, Christian,
that's amazing.
You've premiered the song of the summer, and it has gotten so much private acclaim that I am going to be selling cassettes out of the back. I don't even have a car. I've got a mixtape, yo, homie. And Nick, I just wanted you to know that Kanye has heard this song and he's loving it, loving every moment of it. You should ask Milo about it. And you know what? Let's just put it up on the screen right there. Look at him. Look at how happy he looks around Tyrone. Look at him. He just loves it.
I mean, it really doesn't look much like him, to be fair.
Well, you know, I guess when he doesn't have the donut to sit on and the frozen bag of peas. But this is just the beginning, Christian, because I shot a music video earlier, believe it or not. And I've got this, and people are bumping to it. And it now is going to be, what I'm told, the song of the summer. And Nick, you don't have a girlfriend. You don't go on dates. You tried to date Lauren Southern, and she said, I don't date short retards that are obsessed with hanging out with cat boys. And Nicholas, all of your groypers, they've turned against you. They have turned against you, Nicholas. They're the ones who gave me the information about your activities with brothers from the South Side, the 773. They're the ones who let me know about how little twink gay friend of yours, Catboy Cammy, gave you the ass to throat slammy. And it's okay. It's okay, guys. What's a boy to do? Where's the super chat? You're a brokey if you don't want to pick. Wait. Nicholas, I'm done debasing myself to impersonate you. We're going to get back to real news for just a minute. Pause. Okay, so if you could pull up my Twitter, there's actually an article there by Miranda Sievers, and she actually did some very good reporting on this. It's about Susie Wiles and James Blair. And see right there. Look at that, guys. I mean, I have seen this. Now that you talk about it, Christian, I was seeing some issues with the internet up in Central Florida. Are you guys still like stuck with Spectrum? Oh, there we go. Okay, great. So scroll down. Oh, this is perfect. So scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Right there. So go ahead and click that link. Whistleblowers come forward with allegations against James Blair and Susie Wiles. This is by Miranda Sievers. She put it out, and it details the allegations, the love child of James Blair, the illegal money changing of hands, people describing raucous parties, sex parties during the DeSantis campaign where Wiles and Blair were bore out of. And the fact that Mr. Blair and Susie Wiles are, in fact, engaged in a lot of nefarious activities. And you know what? I just think it's a really important article that people need to read, because these are the two people who tried to continue their rampage, their war against Commander Bovino, and we will just not stand for it, ladies and gentlemen. So in that, I think I have pretty much exhausted my energy talking about that trans stuff and Scott's surgery and how Lara Trump has abandoned Scott and has started to document the fraud of and theft of her funds that Scott has committed. It's just all a little bit too much for me, especially the talk about Scott's transition. So maybe this time, why don't you talk? Can you end it on music? Give me a band you've been listening to lately.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that sounds like fun. You know what I think it is? Because her Substock's not loading. I think like this establishment, too. I'm not going to name. They have certain firewalls because also I couldn't pull up Facebook. So I think maybe because like they don't know your website, it's not loading. It's loading X just fine though.
Okay.
So I'm curious. So, but yeah, let's see. Can you do YouTube?
Yeah, try it. I mean, this is cool
Let's
to see
try
some
YouTube.
troubleshooting in real time. Or even try after that, try the Bovino2028.com. Yeah, because it's working on my end. That is interesting. That's something that occurs in schools and sometimes cafes or co-working spaces. I know you're at a co-working space. It's
Right.
really, really interesting.
And I was wondering, what are you doing? What's your schedule like tomorrow, like before 1 o'clock?
Before 1 o'clock, I'm all yours, baby. You tell me what we need to
Yeah,
do. Because
we
there's
might do a special episode tomorrow from SeaWorld.
SeaWorld. Hey, heck yeah.
Yeah, because I
Don't
know that their internet is good and solid, and there's no firewalls, so we can actually do it live from SeaWorld tomorrow.
Hey, I'm all for that. And let's go ahead and do that because I have to get back on the grind. But people look out for an article from the Daily Beast, I'm told, tomorrow about Bovino 2028. And one thing, if I could end with this, if you could put me back up on the screen here. Come to Papa, come to Papa, come to Papa. Oh, cursive. I fucking love cursive.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say,
yes.
yeah, really
okay.
quick. I'm gonna share this, and then we can go back to you. So I always like checking on them, you know. But they have some new stuff, and it's really good. I won't play any of it because of the copyright. But Avalanche of Our Demise, they released 5 months ago. They also have Botch Job is another music video they released a year ago from the same album. Also Blood Bather. All three of those are really good. But like this album is, I'll just play a couple seconds so you can see the artwork. I really like the artwork too.
Are they still based on Saddle Creek Records?
I'm not sure. That's a good
They were
question.
at some time.
Yeah, they were. This is the latest from Saddle Creek. Now they're on Run for Cover Records as of 2024.
Maybe that's their new outfit.
With Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot,
Interesting. Because was he Slow Drive or Slow Down Virginia's too? Or is that, am I getting...
I'm not sure, but I really like this artwork. Like it's kind of like this like Robert Crumb style illustration with like an A-bomb going off. And but yeah, the album, his voice has cleaned up a lot since I used to hearing this really raspy kind of voice. He's definitely cleaned up his vocals, kind of similar to like Jawbreaker to Jets to Brazil, or a lot of acts. They usually clean up their vocals as they get older because that screech, you can only do that for so long without destroying your vocal cords. But great album. I really like it. I'd say like 7 out of the 10 songs are just like, showstoppers, and the rest of them, not bad. I'd say it's more of a solid album than their previous stuff. Like Ugly Oregon, I love, but really I only like love 4 of the songs. The rest of them felt kind of like fillers.
So you're saying they got sorry, I'm sitting on a speaker here.
Oh, and they got their celloist back, which is
cellos,
huge.
Okay.
Like, yeah, one of the sounds of Cursive is like that cello, that very violent, aggressive cello. And so that's all over this new record, and it's great. I love it.
So, I mean, 7 out of 10 bangers is a pretty good rating.
Yeah, it's a solid record.
So maybe could you try to go to the Institute for Remigration website? Let's try that one.
Institute for what?
Just Google the Institute for Remigration. It's the people who put on ReSum 26, Martin Sellner.
For not regulation, remigration. For remigration. Try it one more time. Global Project Against Hate and Extremism, Libertarian. This one?
No. Institute for.
Oh, here we go. Remigration-institute.com.
There we go. So
Okay.
this is the head office, if you will, of the group that it's the institute itself that hosted the ReSum 26 in Portugal, talking about the devastation of migration, legal and illegal, that has happened in destroying Europa. It was founded by Martin Sellner, and he's done a phenomenal job. And he invited Gregory Bovino over. He invited Stefano Forte of the New York Young Republican Club. There was a great American contingent there. And I really would encourage people to sign up here and get involved in any way you can. They send some great updates. They've got a lot of white papers they're putting out and informational graphics to help educate people around the world. And I really think that is a motivating factor for me, at least, in what I've seen in Gregory Bovino, Bovino2028.com, is him taking that trip over there and learning and sharing his experiences. And the core thing that I kept hearing from people, including Stefano Forte, about their experience there was, we're next, guys. So let's not become Europe, but let's also do whatever we can to support our European brothers and sisters, and particularly Martin Sellner of Austria, who has led the charge on this and been fighting for so many years to sound the alarm. He deserves credit, and rightfully so. Nick Fuentes tried to get involved years and years back with Mr. Sellner's efforts in stopping this mess, and they just did not view Nick as an intellectual. They did not view Nick as smart. They viewed him as a doofus, is the word that was floating around, and somebody who really was not to be taken seriously. So I think we should take note from somebody like Mr. Sellner and the Institute for Remigration. There's a difference between basement bitching and basement bitches and men and women of action like Martin Sellner. He's written books, he's been in the streets, he's been arrested, he's led a movement, an actual movement of people who come outside, people who understand how to work the land, people who understand the intricacies and intellectual and have the intellectual strength and power to understand international law and geopolitics. He's not stuck in the mire of online tomcat foolery, online grudge matches, online feuds, and high school, teenage drama festivals. This is serious business, guys. The world's on fire. Our country's on fire. And with that, all I can say is check out the Institute for Remigration. Martin Sellner deserves a lot of credit. And Mr. Coffins, you let me know when I need to be ready, and I'll be ready. And I've got a t-shirt and a hat for you, Bovino 2028. In fact, I think you might be working on something in that regard sometime soon. So I guess you just keep one and then send me some more. But we're going to be announcing those very, very soon, guys. So with that, I bid you adieu. Let me think if I come up with a quote this time. I'm just stuck on this quote, though, that I said last night. At
It's
first,
a good one to end on, like leaving a party,
Yeah, at first it started slow and then it happened all at once. That can be applied to so many things in a person's life. Could be applied to gaining weight, could be applied to
orgasms,
or yes, or alcoholism, drug addiction, financial ruin, reputational ruin. So that's the quote.
It sounds more mysterious than when it rains, it pours.
Yes. At first it started slow and then it happened all at once. So Bovino2028.com. And if anybody's going to go to that website, please, I beg of you to get involved somehow. We're going to be putting out a lot of informational, papers and a lot of educational materials. And there are going to be a lot of pop-up events all across the country. And we're hoping that the commander is going to actually pull the trigger and run for president. But if not, we're going to bring him to as many people as possible to hear his message, because irregardless if he decides to run for president or not, he is somebody who has a message and a story to tell. And it's a powerful one of bravery, of boldness and brashness, and not brashness in a bad way. But I appreciate you, Christian, and I'm going to go.
We appreciate you, man. You every time I wake up and look at X, I'm like, Jacob just did 20 new things that I got to keep up with. So I mean, it's you're running circles around the world, So keep up that energy. It's fantastic. You're doing great work, man.
Well, Christian, thank you. I appreciate you, and I can only keep up that energy because I feel like I have an outlet with you. You've been a real trooper and a real good friend and compatriot in this fight. And I'm going to encourage people right now to go and do something for Christian. Go to his website, to get a product, to do something, anything you can do to help support his efforts. Because with me just tweeting and cobbling together videos and ideas and getting them out there the best I can, a lot of people need to see somebody on a program and be interviewed to take it seriously. So one doesn't work without the other, but together it's a powerful, beautiful thing. So I really, really thank you. And I'm going to go get something to eat, partner.
All right. Enjoy your dinner.
All right. Thanks, Christian. Talk to you tomorrow.
See you. Well, there you have it. Another great episode of DarkDox Digest. Thank you all for tuning in. And please, you can help support me by helping support Alex Jones and the Alex Jones Network at alexjoneslab.com by simply going to WARSTORE.INFO, which will then redirect you to the alexjonesstore.com/DarkDox. It's a very long URL. I agree, and that's why I bought WARSTORE.INFO, so you don't have to type all of that. So if you go to WARSTORE.INFO, I get credit. I get 10% of whatever you spend $1,000 there. I get $100, and it really helps out. We want to keep the StreamYard. It's like 80 something a month in order for us to have this platform and do all of this. I like the OBS studio, but I definitely do like the ability to have video and have our guests so you can see them and they're not just a puppet on the screen. If you've seen the past episodes with interviews, I literally bring them in from Signal audio only, and I just have like a little cutout on stage of them, which is fun. But it's cool to actually see them. Don't you agree? So, I'm liking the StreamYard. If you guys have any other software that you think I should be using instead, please drop me a line at darkdox.com. And thanks again for tuning in. This is Christian Coffins once more saying beware, take care, and have a great night.